change segments because my computer is down. This is the kind Mercury retrograde. You gotta love it though, right? Yeah, we're doing the thing, always doing the thing. But thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into the show. So, okay, see you guys in a second.
It's paradise inside of our hearts. It feels so nice to pray in the dark. Beings of light, see who you are. 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 See who you
One of these microphones got to give. All right, here we go. Hopefully, this microphone is on. Yes? Okay, microphone is on. Great. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's Wednesday night. I'm trying best. I cannot win sometimes with this technology. I just set up my high speed camera, my $600 microphone. I'm connected to the Ethernet cord, so I'm hardwired today. And for some reason, the internet just keeps cutting out and it says, we're not using any of your stuff. And I'm blaming that. I'm 1000% blaming that. I'm Mercury in retrograde. No one can convince me of anything else or of other reasons that are actually logical because I'm not logical. You guys already know this is season 4 of Divine Encounters. Hello, goodbye. Thanks for tuning in with me. I'm also sick and didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. If you want to work with me, an energy coach, spiritual advisor, Reiki master teacher, integrated energy therapy master instructor, need a house blessing, or would like an alchemy tattoo or a group mediumship event, please check me out at oracleofapollo.com. You can book me here. I am now doing house calls because I have a brand new car. I have retired my old Mini Cooper, got a new Mini Cooper, and we're doing 20 plus years of motoring. So shout out to Mini Cooper, who I sent a very, 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 very long email to today. I did. I swear to God, I cried and everything when I sent this to them. I love this brand. I love this car. I love this maker. So shout out to Mini. Y'all not sponsoring me, but if you did, I would love to. I'd be honored. I'm just saying, I'd be honored. If you have a supernatural story time and you want to share it here on our show, make sure that you email me at divineencounters at e360tv.com. I would love to share your stories with our audience here on Divine Encounters. And I will probably be headed to Ohio at the end of May and collecting some of your stories from the Pyro Festival. So if you will be in Ohio at the end of May at Pyro Festival, please come see me, come to my booth. Let's film some things together. You guys already know next month I'm headed to Romania. We're working with the Power of We Symposium. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later in the feed. And I just want to shout out to Joseph Federico, who is our guest today. He's been on our show at least one time every season. since we've started, and we love having him. His episodes are quite unique, and I was actually mentioning this to my friend earlier. His episodes are always very unique because the energy just shifts when we're together. We haven't actually ever met in person, which is interesting, but we definitely scripted one another into each other's lives because portals open when we're together. He's definitely one of my soul buddies. So make sure you guys give a big hearts, likes, and love to Mr. Federico. And I'm using my phone today to switch between transitions. We're doing the thing. Nothing's stopping us. Not even you, Mercury retrograde. What's up? Joseph Federico.
Hey, how are ya?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so happy you came on 30 minutes before the show, and we've been fighting the internet for 30 minutes. But if I had to fight it with anyone, I'm glad it's you.
I'm glad we're in this together and we figured it out.
We're the spiritual warriors that we are. So you already know because you've been on here quite a couple times.
Season 4, that's crazy.
I know. Did you like the new opener?
I loved it. Yes, and a big congrats on the new season. That's amazing. That's awesome.
I know, it's crazy. We filmed like in the middle of nowhere, La La Land, all last year. And now I don't have a studio anymore because I'm in between places. But just like you and your journeys, it's like it's that in between moments, right? That define who we're becoming.
I was just going to say that those are the most definitive moments, are the moments at the crossroads. And you're like, all right, universe, take me home. Yeah.
Hey, universe, take me home. I really feel that, man. Like, I really, really feel that.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to touch base. I'm sorry?
No, it's been a crazy ride, period.
Period, for sure.
Yeah.
I know you're going to be touching in on those crossroads because we talked a little bit about it. And you're kind of sitting in that space now.
Yeah, I am. Where shall I begin? Not take up too much of your time.
Just let everybody know at home a little bit about you right now. And then we're going to jump into the what's good energy.
Yeah. So right now I am currently residing in Morristown, New Jersey. Just came back from an inspiring birthday, big 4-0 trip with my chosen family and loved ones from New Orleans, which has my heart always. Went there starting 9 years ago, 2014. I am working on my third book in the Voodoo Juice series, which is hopefully coming out 2024. And I currently work full-time for myself as a marketing manager and social media coach. And I work full-time for an insurance company as their agency development lead. So I'm doing a lot and I'm very happy right now. We're good.
As you should be, because you're doing a lot of the good work.
Trying to every day. Honestly, I really am trying.
I mean, but is it really trying or is it actively doing? Because I feel like the word trying is kind of like an excuse word.
Yeah, no, you're right. When I'm in this new version of myself and the new chapter I started in New Orleans for my big, milestone, I'm trying to be more accountable. So it is doing. Trying is definitely an excusable word, and I don't want to be trying. I am doing. You are correct. Yeah.
You're definitely doing.
Yeah.
I feel like the only people that say, "Oh, I'm trying," are the people who are making the excuses and aren't actually.
I was just going to say that. No. You have to do. You have to put one foot in front of the other and do. Correct.
Yes. Do. Be the doing. Be the
Correct.
being. Do the doing. I feel like a Mountain Dew commercial. Do the do.
Well, now I want a Mountain Dew. Code Red.
Oh no, favorite. Man! I hear that they have like some kind of ingredient that cars have inside of their Freon.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
One thing or another is going to kill us. So, I mean, whatever.
Savage.
Right? Savage. Exactly.
That is so savage. Oh, Lord. All right. So one thing or another may very well kill us, but, let's prolong the process.
Yes.
as far away as possible.
True story.
That's where I'm at. So let's go ahead and check that angel number for today, and then I want your thoughts on that because you already know we used to do the tarot card for the day,
I remember
and then
that.
that would kind of like vibe with the story. And you guys know I don't know their stories. I just know that they have a worthwhile story, and we're gonna share it. So here is the angel number for today, and to that I say, what's good? Okay, so if this wants to cooperate with me, great. It's the infinite amount of echoes. Okay, so here we go. Angel number 286 is what we have going on. And hopefully the internet doesn't kick me off in like 5.2 seconds because I'm feeling like it might. So let's check this out. Angel number 286 chosen by your new guest for the evening, Joseph Federico. 286 is a blend of the attributes and vibrations of the number 2 and the energies of the number 8 and the influence of the number 6. Number 2 resonates with service and duty to others, finding balance and harmony, adaptability, diplomacy, and cooperation, consideration and receptivity, which we're not getting too much of because of the ring, fulfillment and happiness, faith and trust, and serving life purpose and soul mission, which is interesting because Joseph, you know, I said that to you earlier. Number 8 is associated with personal power and authority, giving and receiving the inner wisdom, truth and integrity, dependability, and self-reliance, and manifesting wealth and abundance. Number 8 also relates to the concept of karma and the universal law of cause and effect. Number 6 relates to possessions, status, and the monetary aspects, protection, services, and domesticity, home and family, love and nurturing, responsibility and reliability, and honesty and integrity. So, to sum up, angel number 286 can suggest that a material possession or item is due to leave your life, and it will be your choice as whether you wish to depart with it or not. Make a point of adjusting your thoughts and mindset, and do not want to lose your possessions. That is imperative. Alternatively, angel number 286 can be a message that if you have intentions of selling or being rid of something in your life, example, a possession or a personal item, that will come about quickly. It is time to offload the old. Angel number 286 is a message from your angels to let go of any fears or concerns of lack of loss. Anything negative to do with the financial or material aspects of your life, and have faith and trust that your material needs are being met. And your loved ones will have ample supply to cover all that you require. Angel number 286 brings a positive message of reassurance from your angels. Trust that your prayers are being answered and the universal energies are catering to your material and financial wants and needs. Trust that you are protected and supported as you focus upon serving your life purpose and your soul mission. So to have better relationships, focus on the good within yourself and the good within others.
Wow.
How are you
Wow.
feeling about that?
I'm feeling that was kind of a spiritual kick in the face, if you will. That sums up my entire, I was telling you, before the show in the green room, my last 10 months of life. Again, I keep on, and I'm drawn, of course, to New Orleans talking about this. I'm obsessed, you know what I mean? And I'm in love with the city and what it's done for me and my friends. But that is so reassuring because this week with retrograde, I've been spiraling a little bit, kind of being unsure of my next steps and my moves. Everything's turning out fine. I'm getting the responses that I need and that I want and I require from my friends. Everything's falling into place with plans, for the spring and summer. A lot of love coming from my friends, a lot of being more vulnerable with my friends, but I'm also receiving it back. What I'm putting out is coming back. And that is actually really reassuring. So I'm glad we chose that number, to be honest.
Well, you chose that number, unbeknownst to you, what it would actually mean.
Had no idea.
Wow. And it was like, it was a really strong message. It was like, keep sitting in that fear, and what you don't want is going to come. What you think you're protecting is going to leave, unless you really truly surrender it and change that mindset to worthiness, deserving, appreciation.
That's where it is. And that's what I've been learning again through a lot of trials and, tribulations, which we have all gone through. But I feel like, not to cry woe is me, because I find myself, I see myself as a warrior,
Sure.
strong, steadfast, but a lot of trials and tribulations the past year, a lot of soul searching, a lot of finding my true voice, surrounding myself with people and giving back to those who do show up, who came to New Orleans, who text every day, who are encouraging, but that I love and choose to give that back to as well. And that's been very, very, a very important part of my life the past 10 months, and more so than
Mhm.
ever. Yeah, correct.
Wow. Well, we starting hard
We
today.
are we are coming in hot. We are coming in hot. Exactly.
We're coming in hot. All right, so we're gonna jump into our mindfulness moment, and this is your first time watching the Divine Encounters, and you're watching this on the replay. Hashtag Seeker. Let me know you're watching this on the replay. We're gonna jump into just a quick 60-second breathing exercise, and excuse my clearing in my throat. I am sick. And the purpose of this is to let you know that every day you have the opportunity to reclaim your power, to reclaim your day, and choose how you're feeling. The day before yesterday, I did that. I woke up and I said, today, I literally said this, today I'm choosing to be at peace. And later that night, I was on TikTok live, and one of the viewers says, oh, Oracle, you look and feel so peaceful today. And I said, that's because I chose to be that embodiment today. So we're going to choose to be the embodiment of positive, strong mindset that is worthy, that can receive, and that is willing to let go what is unsustainable in our lives in this mindfulness moment. So, Joseph, in a second, you're going to let us know how you're feeling from 1 to 10. You guys at home too. 1, this is the least amount of energy I could hold. 10, this is the most amount of energy I could hold. And drop that in the comment section below. Hey, Jamie, drop that in that comment section below and let us know what your number is. And if you have a feeling word, let us know what your feeling word is. Basically, what are you feeling in this moment? So we're going to jump into that now. Okay, Joseph, where are you at in this moment?
I would say about a 7 right now.
That's a good number.
Yeah, I'm pretty energized. Today was a pretty good day. Really encouraging. I went for the walk. I connected. I grounded myself before I came on the show and showered. So right now it's about a 7. We're good.
Thanks for showering.
Of course.
No, I brush my teeth before every episode. I know no one's smelling me, but I still always brush my teeth like right before the episode. I don't know what's my deal with that, but I do. Jamie says, I love that. I was reading about embodiment today in regards to self. And she is also at a 7. Excited, intense. And I would say I'm going to claim that I'm also at a 7. So everybody's at a 7 today. So let's go ahead. You guys are going to hear the bell, and we're going to jump right into that experience. You don't have to look anymore. You can just close your eyes and follow the guidance. Alrighty, we're putting 60 seconds on that clock. Breath in. And just feel where there's tension in your body in this moment in time. Let that go. On your next natural inhale, breathe in appreciation for all that you've had, how far you have come, the embodiment in which you are, which is perfect as it is imperfect. Breathing in the energy of worthiness, that those things that you love, that you truly love and are divinely for your highest and greatest good will not leave you. And those things that fall away, we've learned the lesson from them and we thank them. We detach from them. We let go of anything unsustainable in our lives. One more second for gratitude for ourselves here. And gently coming back into the here and the now. Opening your eyes. Just take a breath in and just notice where you're at energetically now in this moment from 1 to 10. And if your feeling word has changed, drop that in the comment section below. Oof. Okay. How are you feeling, Joseph, first?
I boosted to a 9. Truly. When I was closing my eyes, I saw kind of like the internet symbol with the bars kind of, moving. Wild. Well, all kinds of colors. So we are at a 9 right now, Oracle.
I love that. Your T-Mobile bars got bigger.
They did. Yeah, exactly.
We need it for the feed. I feel I'm at a 8.6 and I feel like I let some tension go and I came back feeling higher too. So I feel bliss coming in. I didn't see the T-Mobile bars, but I actually use that analogy when I teach. And yeah, I feel like my crown is open and energy is kind of just flooding in.
My word, it was an angry word at my 7. If I don't know what the word was, but it was like red. My word now is grateful with the 9. Yeah. So oh yeah. So if that,
That's beautiful. I started off my word, and while we were in there, worry came up. And then I was able to let that go. And I feel like the worry came up because of the car. And I was like, now that I have this new car after 20 years and I like it, like, what if I can't sustain it for, the length of time I got to pay for it? And I was just like, okay, it's okay. Let it go. Let it go.
That's where I'm at with, to just interject, with life, with all these lessons I've been learning. The universe is like, you gotta have to get it right. We're going to keep testing you and testing you. That's where I'm at. Just as an Aries, it's very difficult, but let it go. Like, I don't care. I mean, care the important things, but just let it go.
Right.
Just rolling into my new role as whatever I am to my friends and to myself and my partner, just let the small stuff go. It's so much easier. It's so much easier.
It is. I'm also Aries rising. Hello. And the word, I don't like to say the word I don't care, but I do say I detach. So
I like that.
I feel like that's a more neutral word. So it's not like, I feel like when we say we don't care, we could take it as like a lower vibrational word.
Mm-hmm.
And detaching is like, I'm just taking a step back and I'm recognizing how much control I truly have, how much control I don't.
Very powerful. Yeah.
Oh, steadfast. Jamie wanted to let you know that she loves when you use the word steadfast.
Hi, Jamie. Thank you so much. It's been a word I've been using the past few weeks with friends getting new jobs and trying to build myself back up. So steadfast has definitely been on my mind as of late. So thanks for the message. I appreciate it.
And she's still at a 7, but not as tense, and she felt relaxed, which is great. Okay, so thank you everybody for participating in that. We're going to be jumping into Joseph's supernatural story time right after this commercial. So stay tuned and we're going to be right back.
My name is Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo, psychic medium, spiritual advisor, and energy worker. And I'm pleased to announce that I'm embarking on a mission called the Legacy of Hope Tour. We're going to be going to Romania May 4th through the 12th. And we're going to be working with children in the system. I have the privilege of stewarding a day, Monday, in Studio Fenterari in Bucharest, a place thought of the outskirts of society, deemed the ghetto, and these beautiful small souls deemed different, not worthwhile. Growing up different, I understand this pain all too well. And coming from the hood, it's very difficult to grow up to be a valued member of society without having anyone believe in you. And so here we come, the Earth Angels, to bring games and music and storytelling and connection and impact so that they can have, for a moment in their lives, a glimpse of purpose, of joy, of authenticity, of being themselves and being more than enough. Be an ambassador of hope. Reach into your profound heart with any amount and donate to the link below, because even a little change can create an avalanche of change for others.
And we're back. All right. So Joseph Federico has a supernatural story time for us. And shout out to the Power We. We're going to Romania, helping out some kids. So make sure you guys, if you feel it in your heart to send something to help us out, please do. It would be greatly appreciated. And you'd be a catalyst, a rippling catalyst for a child who's going to say, my turning point was when I was XYZ old. And these people came from across the world to let me know I mattered. And I believed it so strongly that I took different steps in my life than those peers around me. And look where I am now. That is my PSA. Joseph Federico. We're going to jump into your story time about New Orleans. We've had a few story times about it. But what is it now? What has transpired? You've had a rough 10 months. I know this. You've told me in the back room. But let's talk about what it is that you came here to share today.
Yeah. So, I always have a story, namely about New Orleans every time I'm on the show. 4 seasons worth of, stories. But New Orleans is my heart. I was telling you in the green room earlier, Oracle, that I've been dreaming about New Orleans since I was a teenager in high school, not knowing anything about it. No income, no job, not even knowing what Mardi Gras was, which I've never been to, by the way. I've been close. But I went to New Orleans again for my 40th birthday with the absolute best cream of the crop chosen family I could ever be with this, past, actually the first week of April, the second week of April, sorry. And the first night we went to, I'm not going to say which restaurant. I can always, give you hints as to where it was off camera. This famous restaurant. Hi, May. Thanks for joining. And I was enveloping myself in the first night with my friends. I was glad everybody had arrived safely, in the city, and we went to our suite. We all were drinking and partaking in spirits, the kind you pour, not the kind you experience, or encounter in New Orleans, which is very viable and valid. So we're out at this famous restaurant, which is typically my first night welcome dinner with my best friend, who I went with originally. Her name is Melinda. She's my manager and my muse and my best girlfriend. And she introduced me to New Orleans, over 9 years ago. So we're having dinner, and I'm trying to just live in the moment and be with my friends on the first night of my trip. And I was also very concerned because my other new friend and his boyfriend were in transit. They were not having the best of time traveling, from their state to New Orleans. So I was a little worried, but drinking, and just trying to be in the moment and just live and experience everything I could for my birthday, but also sharing the love, sharing the city that I find the most dear to my heart, that inspires me beyond belief. And we took about an hour to have dinner. We had drinks and we laughed and took pictures. And the waiter comes to us as the restaurant's closing down, 11 o'clock at night or so, Central Time. And he said, by the way, there's the museum and the smoke room upstairs available if you guys want to go check it out before we close. And he leaned in to our party and said, a man killed himself in the room. Very slyly, kind of like another attraction, but nothing, like a little more hush hush. So we're all like, yeah, we're going to go check that out. So we climb up the stairs, and in this restaurant, which will probably give it away, I'm not going to, again, say where it is or the location or the address, but there's a tradition every night where they set a table for one of the spirits that lives in this old home where the restaurant now resides. And if they don't set a table and place setting for this spirit gets angry supposedly and wreaks havoc on the plates and the dishes and the glasses in the room. So they have to set this for this specific spirit. So we're looking at this. Everyone gets a taste of New Orleans folklore on the first night, having a really great time. And we walk up to the lounge, and there are hieroglyphs and sarcophagi and all kinds of charms on the walls, and there's strange music, and it's all decked in this red light. Very swanky, very New Orleans. And we take pictures and we're laughing. And my friend Dina, who's also very into the spiritual realm, I love her to death. She came for my birthday as well. She's a few towns over, actually, in Florham Park. And there was this spirit ball that kept changing colors. So she was kind of putting on this act of, asking it questions and sharing the spirit world with us. And we're all like, ooh, and eyeing when she's doing this. And I have some pictures I can share with you. And I don't feel anything because we're having a great time in this room. And we were there about maybe 15, 20 minutes taking pictures. And we walk out of the room as they're closing. And I didn't notice this, other hallways that were kind of illuminated, but in like a white light, if that makes sense, that were shut down and abandoned. And I got very intense energy coming from these that, I'm very sensitive when it comes to these kinds of things. And I was in another realm in my head, having a few spirits in my system as well. So I'm feeling this negative energy coming from these hallways. And Dina and I are in the back of the group. There were 5 of us at the beginning of the night waiting for our other friends. And she and I kind of huddled together. And I'm like, Dina, I'm not liking what's happening here. And we're very verbal about this. And we're kind of huddling together, kind of like Scooby-Doo, kind of walking through this hallway, hoping it would just end. We would get to safety and everything else. Having a good time, by the way, but it was very strange. And I was at the end of the group. I let her go first through a doorway or a hallway or something. And I heard footsteps behind me, not footsteps, like a scuttling. And I felt a male presence, and I felt like something was coming after me, shoving me out of this lounge where somebody killed himself. And there was this negative energy. And I turned to Dina. I said, did you hear something? Did you feel something? She said, no, but I believe you. And I got chills. I have chills right now.
I have chills right now.
Down my shoulders, on my chest, down my legs. And this entity or spirit, I felt, was chasing me and chasing us out of their area. And I'll never go back upstairs next time I go to New Orleans. But that was my spiritual ghost story, if you will, from this past time in New Orleans in the French Quarter.
Oh.
I don't know who it was. We joked afterwards. We went out partying. We named him Pierre. I don't know if that's correct because it was French, French Creole. It's Melinda. My best friend, my best girlfriend's on. He didn't like me. Correct. Yikes. It was scary. And she was there, hearing all the all the hoopla in the background when we, went to go upstairs at this restaurant. So ta-da, that is my ghost story from
I like how you're nonchalant. You're like about, oh, and by the way, I almost got murdered by this spirit who just, wanted to push me through a corridor, maybe out a window, haunt me for the rest of my life. Who knows?
But you know what? It makes for good prose for my next book. So, and that's why my friend Melinda my everything is always there with me in New Orleans. I'm getting very emotional on camera. Well, she knows how I am and how we are together. But there's always something that I come back with from this city that holds my heart. So
Why do you think that you needed that experience?
because I am a creative and I'm also part of the universe. I have to tell stories, with my works, my prose. And I needed something definitive on the first night before the party really started. Um, before I compartmentalized my feelings for other things to enjoy the city with my friends for my birthday and enjoy that trip beyond that experience. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. This is why you was scripted. I also feel that it also cements belief. It also brings back, maybe you're not aware of it, but a memory, a subconscious memory of expansion, of possibility, of what has. Oh, you know what's funny? So you didn't tell me the name of your story, but it just clicked right now. And I've been intuitively picking the names for the episodes of people's stories. And your story episode, I named it Time Within Time.
Hmm.
But now I got it. I just got it right now.
I just got it now. Now you're saying it and the experience and sharing it with everybody. And you, time within time is New Orleans. Time stands still. The moment you land, there's this energy that kicks you in the face, in the best way. And that's why I continue to go back, especially with Melinda. We have these experiences. My
So
last book.
are you saying you're a spiritual sadist?
Well, I'm saying I'm a spiritual seeker. I literally come for the experience. I need to come back with stories to carry within my soul, within my heart, but also for my writing. And that's 100% truthful. That's very transparent.
I
Yeah.
love that because some people may have experienced a similar story and say, you know what, I'm never going back there. I'm never going back to that town. I'm never going back to that area. And they just stop. What would you say to someone who experiences something like this? Because as you're describing it, you're not, even though you're appreciating the blessing within the lesson, sounds like it was still scary and jarring in the moment. So what would you say to someone who's having an experience that doesn't feel all rainbows and butterflies, and walking and moving forward from that experience?
Of a person that has had many experiences, not only in New Orleans, but especially when I go to New Orleans for over 9 years now, take a step back. They can't hurt you, but make sure that you allow yourself to process what happened and definitely go back because something even better will happen to you next time. And especially in a town like New Orleans, in a city, the Crescent City, that's very old and raw, definitely take it in and definitely go back because you won't have the same experience twice.
Thank you, May. I feel that way about Philly, like how its antiquity brings with it a different lens to life and those who have lived that life, and it just sits within those spaces. Um, and when you go a little bit more confidently, recognizing, like you said, they can't hurt you.
No, they can't. But you'll never forget your experience going through a town like New Orleans, but you never experience a spiritual experience either. I mean, that happened to you, and not everybody in that group experienced that with me that night. But I was verbal about it because we were having fun and we were very Scooby Doo. It was one of those moments that you can never get back. Um, but it happened and you have to live with it. And I use that in my writing as a tool to process what happened to me. Yeah.
I love that you express that you were in a group, and although you were in a group, it didn't happen to everyone. It happened
No.
to you. And I feel like this is very pivotal for people at home to understand, because I've actually been in group situations where, from the beginning of my awakening, where I've been shunned for my experience because it didn't happen to anyone else, even though we were walking the same path, we didn't have the same experience. So be okay. I want to just like touch on being okay with that. You can be in a group of 15 people and have something happen just for you because you were ready to receive that experience. Your soul was drawing that experience. And as you were saying earlier, we touched a little bit on soul mastery. These lessons and patterns that keep occurring in our lives, they stay consistent until we take away the lesson and not just know it as knowledge, but integrate it so deeply that we can then partake from it in the future, and to create that wisdom, we can then hand it off to someone in a practical way.
Absolutely. And for me, that is weaving those stories into my books. And I also feel that I had that experience the first night because I put it on myself, not a negative whatsoever, felt I had to play host and dad the rest of the week, but also live for myself for my birthday and enjoy enveloping myself in this experience of New Orleans with a completely different group that I will cherish my entire life of that week with my friends. You know what I mean? So it came out the first night, and it was another experience. Let's put it that way.
When is going to be your next New Orleans trip? And when are you going to take a group of people that you can actually pilgrim around New Orleans? That was not me saying that, by the way.
Is that really? Because because that sounds like something that my bestie Melinda is actually more well suited than I, because she is the #1 tour guide when we go to New Orleans, either together or with our friends. Our friends, our new friends were actually still talking about her, that she should quit her job and become a tour guide in New Orleans because she's just so good at it. And she truly is. She gets us through every time.
That could be a message for her then.
Yeah. And I'm saying that purposely because I'm just excited that she's here on the show. But my next trip to New Orleans, I don't know. But I would love to bring a group again and really envelop myself even more in its history and its teachings in the near future, so hopefully sooner than later. And I'll stop there with that.
Yeah, I could see that for you for sure. So I tried to pull up Joseph Federico's information on my computer, which has crashed like 15 times since we started to speak. So I don't have it. But Joseph, can you please plug yourself? Let everybody know where they can reach you, because I can't access anything if I wanted to right now.
I, again, am the social media marketing maven. A little plug. I, teach and coach on social media, namely Instagram, for reels and videos and third-party content, but organic content, building personal brands. You can call me directly for a free consultation, 973-289-3517. Visit my website, anchorstoduskpublishing.com. I'm offering 20% off social media services to those who are listening on the show tonight and in the replay through May 20th, 2023. I'd love to grow my business and help you grow your business as well.
Okay. Everybody, check him out. He's the real deal. We love having him here. And I'm sure by next year, you'll probably be there again anyways.
Probably. And I'm working on my third book of the Voodoo Juice series. Started it.
Let everyone know where they can purchase that.
Sure. So the first book, the original Voodoo Juice, self-published in 2017. That took 4 years for my 3 or 4 years for my first trip to New Orleans with Melinda. Finally got released April 2017. It's on Smashwords as a free ebook for anybody who's interested. Voodoo Juice, VOUDOU, and then the word juice. And then the second book that was released last summer, August 2022, Voodoo Juice Origins Cody's Story. I have hard copies available for purchase. Just call me, to get a signed copy, 973-289-3517, or go to Smashwords as well. Type in my name, or actually go to barnesandnoble.com for an ebook, and the price is $3.99.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Joseph, we're going to pop you in the green room. We're going to do the midweek collective energy check-in.
Sounds
This
great.
is a message for everybody, including Joseph. So make sure you're paying attention because there might just be something here for you. Okay, everyone, here is your message for the midweek collective energy check-in. You guys already know we started this feed with the number 286, which kind of took us into a route of fear and loss and receiving. And we're going to jump into your reading now. So we're starting strong here with the lovers. And we have right next to that paired lovers decisions. So if there is a situation, a patterning, a person, doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could just be someone in your life that you love, but it's not sustainable. You're giving more than what you have to give. It's time to make choices in your life. Does this serve me? Do I feel less when I'm within the presence of this person, or does it fill me? Does it bring me joy? And with that, it's time to let things go. We have that butterfly on that decision card. There's a metamorphosis on the other side. We have the 5 of Wands, which I love. This is friendly competition here. So once we let something go, we'll be able to have 5 more things that replace that, eagerly trying to take our attention, our time, and want us to see it, whatever this it may be. And don't worry if you're moving through something, someone, or somewhere. We have frog spirit. Love this because this is a very shamanic animal. Adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. So that is basically saying if it's no longer served you, you have to make the choice, cut the cord, separate it. It's kind of like the climber who was at the top of the cliff. And unfortunately, you're both not going to make it to the top. So he has to cut that cord beneath him and let that other person drop. I know that's savage. I know. But sometimes we got to cut that cord. It might not be a person. It might just be a bag. Okay, let's soften it up for y'all. And then we have trust your intuition. You already know what this is. Is it my food? Is it my habits? Is it my sleeping patterns? Is it those jeans that I should not wear after Labor Day? Trust your intuition on what it is that needs to be released from your life, because it probably is that. Okay, we just don't let it go when it's the hard thing. We question it when it's the hard thing. And pay attention to the red flags. We got this Mercury in retrograde is making everybody do a double take in their life, making sure your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, and that everything is kosher. Okay. If it's not kosher, you already know what to do about it. So this is the midweek collective energy check-in. Joseph, how are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling great. That was a very positive message, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. Yeah, that was pretty tops.
I feel like this is pretty in alignment too with that message that we got earlier. I flipped them and I was like, oh, that it's mirroring what we said earlier today in the show.
Everything's aligned, Oracle. It surely is.
It is. I know for me, I got some decisions to make, to things to cut away. And that is definitely some habits that don't serve me anymore.
That's been my name of the game for 10 months, is cutting away the fat and living my best, most authentic life, but also living not for others, but in service of others.
Right. Not for others, in service of others. And to make sure that it's distinguishable, that we're not just giving to the point of burnout.
Correct.
Oh, hi, Robert. Thanks for being here. I'm going to have to buy another motherboard to make use of that GTX 1080. I have no idea what that is. Is that a camera?
I don't know what that is either. I was looking at that comment.
Oh, you didn't know what it was either?
No.
I'm not the only person who doesn't know what that is. And May says, that's true. We do question it. I feel like that's the most imperative thing to take away from that, is that moment when you're like, oh, yeah, I can align with this. I can align with that. I can let this go. And then you're like, oh, but should I let this go? And you know dang well that one thing that you already know you should let go is the thing. But like, oh, you asked 10 people about it, right? You asked your mom, you asked your friends, you asked your coach, and you're getting guidance from everybody. But inside, you know. Inside, you know.
And sometimes, I speak from experience, the universe will always make things work out in your favor. You got to believe in it. You got to let things go. And as an Aries, very difficult to do, as I said earlier, but the universe will definitely put you on a path, and you have to buckle up sometimes.
I know. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. It's painful. It's
It
heartbreaking.
It is.
I saw this meme the other day from Lady Gaga, and she says, a woman who follows her work. I can't. I'm gonna paraphrase. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like a woman who follows her job will never have to wake up one morning following a man who wakes up one morning and says, I don't love you anymore. Your job will never do that to you. So if you follow your passion, you won't ever have to wake up in the morning and not be chosen.
But follow your heart too. I mean, isn't it about, it really is about like infinite love. And that's what I've been taught, you know, is to not only asking you shall receive, not in a biblical sense, you know what I mean? In a universal sense, in a spiritual sense.
Right.
Lead with your heart. And sometimes people in your life teach you the lessons, the positive lessons, where you have to let things go and let Goddess, you know, and just follow its lead once in a while. Yeah.
All the whiles. We just gotta get out of our own dang way.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joseph, thank you so much for being here for season 4. I'm sure we'll bring you back for season 5.
I'd love to come back and hopefully have another story for you.
I know you will. I know you will. I'm sure we'll link up before that either way. And
Absolutely.
thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and reflect on what I feel like Joseph's message takeaway is for me. And I'll be back with my final thoughts con mucho amor.
Do you or someone you know experience something supernatural that has left a positive impact on yourself or the lives of others? Want to share your story on our show? Please email Divine Encounters at e360tv.com, and together, let's create divine experiences. And now, the Oracle's final thoughts con mucho amor.
You know what's interesting about this story was that Joseph went into a situation and not having the most wonderful experience while he was in it, still kept going back to find the blessing in the lesson, which makes me think, how many times have I gone into a situation where it didn't feel good to be there? And if I returned, because in the returning, it kind of makes me feel that maybe that opposition that was there was stopping me from truly achieving what the real prize was. Maybe that's the Bowser in front of the Princess Peach stopping you from defeating the castle. We should just all go back, move through that fear, and really find, is the juice worth the squeeze? I hope you came today and are leaving better than you've arrived. May you go forward and encounter more. I dare you. And above all else, may you go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Ciao!
Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life is normal, just hold on. Just hold